The world thinks they know Ibrahim Traoré, a soldier, a rebel, a president. But there are secrets they've never told you. Whispers behind closed doors, files buried in foreign embassies, truths too dangerous to make the headlines. What if I told you everything you've heard is only half the story? Because the man leading Burkina Faso isn't just fighting terrorism, he's fighting centuries of control, colonial ghosts, and billion-dollar empires built on African blood. The West fears him, not because he's loud, but because he's unshakable. The youth worship him, not because he's perfect, but because he refuses to bow. And today, the mask comes off. From secret armies to billion-dollar bribes, this story will shake your view of power, justice, and Africa. Today, we expose them. Let's dive into the 5 shocking truths about Captain Ibrahim Traoré you were never supposed to know. Before we begin, if you believe Africa deserves leaders who protect the people, not Western interests, then hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment with your country's flag to show where you're watching from. Let's wake up the continent together. Truth 1. France bribed him. They didn't send threats. They didn't send warships. They sent briefcases. Moments after Traoré took power, French diplomats, dressed in quiet suits, made their move. They arrived with what they believed was an offer no African leader could refuse. Millions. Not in aid, but in cash. In Paris, they called it insurance. In Ouagadougou, it was called betrayal. The plan was simple. Let France keep its military base. Let French mining companies continue draining gold. Let the status quo stay untouched. All they needed from Traoré was silence. They offered protection. They offered luxury. They offered retirement in Monaco. But they didn't know the man they were dealing with. Captain Ibrahim Traoré didn't flinch. He didn't smile. He didn't even touch the money. He simply said, "Burkina Faso does not belong to France. It belongs to its people." Then he kicked them out, for good. In less than a month, every French soldier was gone. Every colonial contract was under review. And France? They launched a media war, labeling him a tyrant. But the truth is simple. Traoré cannot be bought, and that's what makes him dangerous. Truth 2. He never wanted power. He was pushed by his comrades. Traoré never wanted the presidency. He didn't plot in hotel rooms. He didn't scheme in secret. He was a soldier, an artillery commander, risking his life every day in the north of Burkina Faso, fighting terrorists, while the politicians lived in air-conditioned safety. But his fellow soldiers watched him. They saw a man who listened, a man who spoke with clarity and acted without fear. In the eyes of the people, Traoré wasn't just a captain, he was hope. So they came to him, quietly, urgently. "Captain," they said, "we're losing our country. No one believes in the government anymore. We need someone clean, someone real." But Traoré said no. He warned them, "Power can corrupt even the best of men. I'm not immune." Still they insisted. So he gave them one condition. "If I ever betray the people, you must remove me yourselves." On the night of the coup, Traoré didn't celebrate. He sat in silence, aware that he now carried a weight bigger than any rifle, the hopes of a broken nation. He didn't take power. Power was forced into his hands by a desperate people. Let me pause for just 10 seconds to say this. If this story shocks you, imagine what the next 3 truths will do to you. Don't blink. Truth 3. He's building an African intelligence network to replace the CIA and France's DGSE. What if I told you Traoré's most powerful weapon isn't his army? It's information. While most African leaders rely on intelligence fed to them by Western agencies like the CIA or France's DGSE, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is quietly building something far more dangerous. An independent Pan-African intelligence network. Codenamed internally as SIRA, meaning path in local dialect, this project has one mission: end Africa's dependence on foreign eyes and ears. It started with a purge. Traoré removed dozens of intelligence officers secretly working for France. Some were arrested, others vanished. Then came the recruitment. Young, brilliant minds in tech, cryptography, drone warfare, and human intel, all trained in secret desert camps, some trained abroad under false identities. Their job? Monitor, infiltrate, and disrupt foreign plots before they happen. And unlike the CIA or DGSE, this force doesn't answer to a foreign power. It answers only to Africa's future. They've already exposed multiple assassination plots, foreign bribe pipelines, and a planned sabotage of the country's gold audits. Traoré knows the old colonial playbook: use intelligence to blackmail, destabilize, divide. So he flipped the script. He's sharing his intel tools with Mali, Niger, and Guinea, forming a new Pan-African counterintelligence alliance. A Sahel shield. Whispers from embassies in Paris and Washington now say, Traoré knows too much, he sees too much, he's 2 steps ahead. Because this isn't just about Burkina Faso, it's about creating the first African-led security system that protects Africans from the inside, and that terrifies the global elite. Because for the first time in decades, Africa is watching back. If this shocked you already, wait till you discover the elite army protecting him, that no one's talking about. Truth 4. The secret army you've never seen. You've seen the military, you've seen the presidential guard, but what if I told you there's another force? Unseen, unnamed, untouchable. It's called La Cellule, the cell. Not officially recognized, not listed in public budgets, but trained, funded, and loyal to only one mission: protect the revolution. These aren't mercenaries, they're patriots, handpicked from across West Africa and even from the diaspora. Some are ex-intelligence, some are guerrilla-trained, others are cyber experts who wage war from behind screens. And at the center of this force, a woman. Yes, a female commander, formerly a respected journalist, who vanished from public life only to re-emerge as one of Traoré's closest strategic minds. Her name is kept hidden, but insiders call her the Panther. This army doesn't guard Traoré the man. It guards the idea, the vision that a new Africa is possible. They monitor foreign agents, protect local activists, and ensure that no internal betrayal goes unpunished. They wear no uniforms, they salute no flags. They are the wall behind the throne and the soul behind the movement. Truth 5. He turned down a $1 billion deal that could have changed his life. The offer came quietly. A multinational mining firm, backed by 3 major Western governments, their proposal: total access to Burkina Faso's most lucrative gold fields for 25 years. In exchange, Captain Ibrahim Traoré would personally receive over $1.2 billion in silent payouts, hidden accounts, luxury properties abroad, even a foreign passport. All he had to do was sign. The catch? He would have to revoke the gold nationalization decree, open Burkina Faso back to exploitative foreign contracts, let the plunder continue, like before, and in return he could retire young, live like royalty, disappear from danger. But Traoré didn't even blink. He turned to the negotiators and said, "If I was chasing money, I would have taken it long ago." And that day, he doubled down on his reforms. He redirected gold revenues into state-run banks. He established a youth gold fund for education. He ordered audits on every foreign mining operation. And when the deal leaked, the Western media erupted with hit pieces, calling him a dictator, a nationalist, an obstacle to foreign investment. But the people knew, they cheered, because once again, Traoré had chosen them over wealth. And that decision may have saved the soul of Burkina Faso. So now you know the curtain has been pulled back. Behind the speeches, behind the resistance, behind the revolution stands a man who can't be bought. A man who didn't chase power. It chased him. A man who works in silence, protected by ghosts and guided by principle. A leadership built on sacrifice, on honor, on truth. Comment below, which truth shocked you the most? And if you believe Ibrahim Traoré's story deserves to be heard by millions, then share this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what comes next. The revolution will not be televised unless we make it go viral.